Hello YouTube. Let's talk about the FreeBSD project. The following section provides some background information on the project, including a brief history, object goals, and the development model of the project. A little bit about the history of FreeBSD. FreeBSD is a branch from the Unix operation system. When we talk about Unix, we need to go back to 1970s when Bell Lab start to research on the Unix kernel. Some of their researchers later go to UC Berkeley and continue to develop the Unix operation system. When Unix gained more and more popularity, the UC Berkeley start to release the operation system under Berkeley Software Distribution license. One of their most successful releases are the 4.3 BSD Lite, also called net/2 tape. As this version gained popularity, it also brings lawsuit. The successor of Bell Lab is Novell and AT&T. Novell acquired the copyright of Unix operation system from AT&T, and Novell started to sue UC Berkeley for the copyright of Berkeley net/2 tape. They later win the lawsuit and gain the ownership of this version. The lawsuit also agreed upon the later version of BSD release is free from the copyright of Novell. So start from 4.4 BSD Lite. The later release are purely under Berkeley Software Distribution license. The early version belong to Novell. As 4.3 BSD Lite became proprietary, one of their original developers started to build a free version, which is 386 BSD. And the author is Bill Jonas. And the first release have some bugs. So a group of developers trying to build 386 BSD packet kit in order to fix those bugs. Rod and Jordan later have a disagreement with Bill. So Bill didn't work with them, and Rod and Jordan start to build the patch kit by themselves. That version later became FreeBSD. The FreeBSD's name came from David Greenman. 386 BSD also branched out another two very important open source Unix version, which is OpenBSD and NetBSD. So totally those three are the most popular open source Unix operation system existing today. FreeBSD also heavily influenced the Max Darwin operation system and OS X server and today's OS X operation system. The early version of Bell Labs Unix system have other proprietary branches. Two of the most famous ones are Sun OS and Solaris. Solaris have an open source branch called Open Solaris. So one thing need to mention is Unix. When we talk about Unix are those operating system stem from the Bell Labs 1970 Unix kernel research. We have Linux operation system. They stem from the Linux 0.01 operation system, which is independent from Bell Labs Unix branches. And Linux stands for Linux is not a Unix, so it's not a what we are talking about today. Functionally, you won't see too much differences. They can have GUI, have the CPU management, memory, all sorts of good things. But if we trace back to their source, Unix system, trace back to 1970s Bell Labs Unix operation system, and later go to Berkeley, and later go to everywhere. FreeBSD project goals. The goals of the FreeBSD project are to provide software that may be used for any purpose and without string attached. And you can branch out your own code from FreeBSD project, and you can change them to open source or proprietary code. The license didn't put a restrict on you. And part of the code is under GUN and General Public License or Library General Public License. Those licenses require you open your source code if your code is based on the source code under those licenses. So if you based on those code, your derived code cannot get into proprietary. And those licenses will against you. The FreeBSD development model. FreeBSD is developed by the community, and it's open source. You can check out the source code from the SVN. If you are good enough, you can check in code into the SVN and become a contributor. FreeBSD software is ported to other systems, and other system software is importing into FreeBSD. So it's kind of a busy community. That's content of this section.